Hello everyone, we are under the lights at Bramall Lane as the race for automatic promotion gathers pace. Just 5 points separate the top 4 clubs, but right now it's Sheffield United and Leeds locked in a tug of war for top spot, having swapped places 4 times in less than a week. After a comeback victory at Swansea on Tuesday, the Blades have their sights set on returning to the summit against another of their Yorkshire rivals. Hull City just missed out on the playoffs last season, but now find themselves in relegation trouble. Ruben Selles is their 3rd different manager in 8 months, but watched his side drop into the bottom 3 this week after another home defeat to Queen's Park Rangers. 4 of their 6 wins this season have come on their travels. Getting another one here will take some doing. It's Friday night football in the Steel City as second plays 22nd. It is Sheffield United against Hull City. A big game for both clubs here at Bramall Lane this evening. Sheffield United looking to reclaim top spot in the Championship. Hull City hoping to climb out of the bottom 3. The Blades were poor in the first half at Swansea, but somehow found a way to win, as all good sides do. Hull City, their miserable home form continued with a 2-1 loss against Queen's Park Rangers. But they have won their last 2 away games at Blackburn and at Millwall. And not many will give them a fighting chance here at Bramall Lane tonight. But let's not forget, they did take a point off Leeds United recently. They were 1-0 up in that game and 3-1 down and still managed to salvage a point. But they are facing a team here tonight in Sheffield United with the 2nd best home record in the division. Only 1 home defeat this season, 10 wins in all, and they haven't conceded a single goal in those victories. They are on the right track to make an immediate return to the Premier League. And earlier this season, it was Sheffield United who emerged with maximum points back in September. Gustavo Harmer and Sam McCallum with the goals on that occasion. Hull haven't won here on their last 4 league visits, and they've failed to score on their last 3 trips here. You have to go all the way back to Boxing Day 2010 to find their last success in this part of the Steel City. That was under Nigel Pearson. Jimmy Bullard got a last-minute winner in a 3-2 victory. So here we are, Friday night under the lights in the Steel City as Sheffield United resume their tug of war at the Championship summit. Tonight they can snatch back top spot from Leeds, who go to Burnley on Monday. Standing in their way, another Yorkshire rival facing a fight for survival. The Tigers plunged into the bottom 3 this week, but will climb out of it if they can pull off a win here. It is a fascinating race for automatic promotion. 4 clubs firmly in the fight. Sheffield United, one of them, and looking to seize the initiative here. Hull City had been making reasonable progress prior to that loss against Queen's Park Rangers in midweek, and they have to be bang at it if they're to leave here with something tonight. Points and pride on the line. It is a Yorkshire derby after all. So what of the team news? Well, the headline for Sheffield United is that Chris Wilder hands a debut to his new £10 million signing from Leicester, Tom Cannon. The 22-year-old has scored 11 goals whilst on loan at Stoke this season, comes in for Rhian Brewster. Sam McCallum, who was on target in the win at Hull in September, replaces Reece Norrington-Davis. And with Gustavo Harmer suspended, Ben Brereton-Diaz makes his first start since returning on loan from Southampton. And the bench is strengthened too, with the return of Vinny Souza and Jezran Raksaki. Hull make 4 changes from that defeat to QPR. There's a debut for Kyle Joseph, who joined this week from Blackpool, and a first start for Matt Crooks. Ivor Pandor is reinstated in goal after Carl Rushworth was recalled by Brighton, and Abu Kamara returned after injury. Regan Slater lines up against his boyhood club, having left the Blades 3 years ago. And on the bench, one of 6 new arrivals this month, the latest recruit, Elliot Matazo, is among the subs after finalising his move from Monaco earlier today. Harrison Burrows there has 3 goals in his last 2 appearances for Sheffield United, 5 in all, usually a left-back, but currently playing in midfield. Ruben Sellers, who was appointed in early December, replacing Tim Walter. He left his post at Reading, who were 6th in League One at the time. He's got a big job on his hands, but he has been backed by the owner. And Joe Gelhardt is one of the new faces, as is Matt Crooks. And Kyle Joseph makes his debut up top for the Tigers tonight. 6 recruits already in this January transfer window, and since Antoine Elagella took over the club, Hull have now made 58 signings. That's 8 per window. Chris Wilder adding to his front line this week with that £10 million acquisition of Tom Cannon. Ben Brereton Diaz in the mix. He's not finished yet either. There will be new arrivals before the window closes. The fans got a chorus of the famous Greasy Chip Butty song going here. And Sheffield United looking for a 4th league win in a row after successes over Watford, Norwich and Swansea. Hull City chasing a 3rd straight away league win. Our referee tonight is Andrew Kitchen. And in this first half, Hull City will kick towards the Kop. And away we go. Sheffield United and Hull get the championship action underway. It was another manic midweek of football in this remarkable division. Lofted high by Gilchrist. Straight out of play, but certainly Sheffield United will be looking to make a much more positive start than they did in South Wales the other night. By Chris Wilder's own admission, they were terrible in the opening 45, and fortunate only to be 1 goal down at half-time. The goals from Brewster and Burrows secured the points. Drame. Tied up here by Ahmed Hodzic. In the middle third, Hull were okay against QPR, but their struggles have been at both ends of the pitch. They've got to tighten up at the back and find more of a cutting edge at the other end. Ahmed Hodzic looking long for Tom Cannon, a striker who likes to play on the shoulder, good with both feet. 11 goals across all competitions whilst on loan at Stoke this season. Did get 4 in 1 game in a 6-1 thumping of Portsmouth earlier in the campaign. And certainly a forward line that needed strengthening, with Kiefer Moore currently out injured and in Germany, having an operation on a hernia issue. Alzate. Jones. Looking for Kamara. Sam McCallum getting there first. Hull haven't won 3 away games in a row without conceding since March 2011, but they're facing a side here who are in the business of keeping clean sheets. Incredible defensive record that the Blades have got this season. But Hull here looking to ask a question, but O'Hare nips in. Cannon goes to ground, but on it goes. And here goes Brereton Diaz. And it's saved and put round the post by Pandor. Pandor protecting that near post well. Well, he had a terrific time on loan, Ben Brereton Diaz, in the Premier League last season. 6 goals in 14 appearances in what was a miserable campaign for Sheffield United. City Peck's corner. McCallum in the mix for it. Hull City hold firm but concede another one. Swung in by Peck again. It's a tester for Pandor, who had to tip it over. Look at the bend on that from City Peck. Pandor having to get fingers on it. Burrows to take. There's Peck. Strike from Matt Crooks. There's a turn up. Matt Crooks, on his first Hull City start, rattles the Tigers in front. Well, they don't concede many here at Bramall Lane, but Sheffield United have been breached in the opening 5 minutes. Well, this time, Hull City score from a Sheffield United corner. Lovely break, pushed on to Kamara, who had a look where Joseph was, and Gilchrist made a mess of it, and Matt Crooks was on hand to tuck it away. A player who was managed up at Middlesbrough by Chris Wilder puts Hull City in front at Bramall Lane. It's a lovely finish. Nothing that Michael Cooper could do about that. Sheffield United 0, Hull City 1. Only the 6th goal that Sheffield United have conceded at home this season. And just like the other night at Swansea, they've conceded the opening goal. McCallum strikes it straight at Dramé. Oh, what a flying start for Ruben Sellers' team. This will be a long throw from Robinson. It's a weapon of his. Hurled in towards McCallum, who was leaping for it. Burrows. Brooks in a tussle with McLaughlin. No foul. Crooks again. Regan Slater playing against his boyhood club tonight. Alzate. Now Crooks. Drame. Brereton Diaz. Robinson. It's usually Sheffield United who make the quick start in matches this season. They scored 10 goals in the first 15 minutes of the first half and 9 in the opening quarter of an hour of the second. But it is they who trail. Forward by Peck, who was fouled. And Sheffield United set Premier League records for all the wrong reasons last season. They conceded 104 goals, conceded the most goals at home, 57, had the worst goal difference of 69. Joint with Derby, but Chris Wilder has completely transformed this team this season, having to show more character on home territory after that early Matt Crooks strike. Gilchrist. O'Hare. Now Brooks. Not a bad cross. Brereton Diaz was the target. Igor Pandor back between the posts for Hull City. He had been dropped for the 2 previous games. Carl Rushworth had started in goal, but he was recalled this week by Brighton. Matt Crooks, who made his debut from the bench against Queen's Park Rangers, has a goal on his first Hull City start. One of 6 new arrivals already in this January transfer window. Joe Gelhardt, Nordin, Amrabat, Kyle Joseph, Lincoln Enrique, Elliot Matazzo, all arriving through the door at the MKM Stadium. And more in the offing as well, we hear. This is Finley Burns on loan from Manchester City. Cody Drame, former Leeds player, brought down by Robinson. Ahmed Hodzic. Burrows. Burrows being pressed by Kamara. Cooper picking out McCallum. Gilchrist. Brereton Diaz. Hull keeping their shape out of possession, and Peck looking a little frustrated that he wasn't getting better movement in front of him. Well, not the start that he had hoped for, especially after the other night at Swansea, where his team were really slow in getting going. It needed a raft of changes at half-time to spark his team into life. But Hull City, who had conceded the opening goal in 17 of their previous 28 games, in the unusual position of having scored first. And here's Crooks again. He's got Gilchrist for company. Joseph. Crooks holding off the challenge of O'Hare. Now Kamara. Drame. Well, Drame and Kamara not quite on the same page there. Zate, former Brighton player. Well, he was playing in MLS, Matt Crooks, prior to joining Hull. He was at Real Salt Lake. Back in English football again, as Brooks goes on the run here for Sheffield United. Swings it over and put over by Callum O'Hare. Not noted for his aerial ability. Good play from Brooks. O'Hare not the biggest, but got on the end of this, but couldn't keep it down. This place has been a fortress for Sheffield United this season, but Hull have landed the first blow with their only shot on target. They did win 9 in a row here, the Blades, from the start of September to mid-December. Only one home defeat all season. That was against Burnley on Boxing Day. Remember, a win tonight will take Hull out of the relegation zone, whilst a win for Sheffield United will take them back to the top of the table until Monday night at least, when Leeds go to Burnley. Hit long by Burns. Camara's header. Peck getting the better of Crooks. Brereton Diaz. Now Tom Cannon, who's offside. Just a fraction off Tom Cannon. Did play here earlier in the season with Stoke, but finished on the losing side. Stoke beaten by 2-0. And Tom Cannon was actually substituted at half-time in that game. Got very little change out of Sheffield United's 2 centre-backs, most notably Harry Souttar, who kept him very quiet. Souttar subsequently has returned to Leicester. Injury ruling him out for the rest of the season, which was a huge blow to Sheffield United. He formed a really good partnership with Anel Ahmedhodzic. Here's Peck. Now the aforementioned Ahmedhodzic. Gilchrist on loan from Chelsea. Oh, and he's lost out again, but recovered. Had to. But he might not be out of the woods yet. Hole come again. Kamara fires the shot off Sidipeck. Kept alive here by Joseph. In fact, he lets it run for the corner. Well, he got caught for the opening goal. And he was never fully in control of that, which allowed Hull to come forward again. It was Sidipeck's block. Well, Crooks will be an obvious target here for sure. Alfie Jones in the equation as well. He's come forward. Stephen Alzate lining this one up. Well, the wind is causing a problem. It's moving the ball all over the place. And after all of that, it was a terrible corner from Alzate. And this time the decision has gone the way of Sheffield United. Peck. McLaughlin with eyes on that. Alzate. It's gone loose, pounced upon by Burrows. Good ball from Burrows. McCallum. Now O'Hare. Finds himself surrounded there. Burrows again. Sidipeck. Brooks now. Up against Gelhardt. Hodzic swinging one in deep. McCallum. Blocked by Drame. That time blocked by Kamara. Peck. Hull with everybody back behind the ball, and they are defending diligently. McCallum. Interesting cross. And it's O'Hare again. It's over the top again. Difficult technique to try and get that on target from that angle. Hull definitely faring better on their travels this season. They do have the worst home record in the Championship, where they've collected just 12 points from a possible 45. Yet away from home, they seem to play with a bit more freedom. Hooked on by Crooks. Ahmed Hodzic gets there ahead of Joseph. It's a good challenge going in from Finley Burns. Cooper's kick, Drame's header. Slater. It's a crunching challenge from Sidipeck. It's what he's become known for. Tigerish midfield player. Peck again. Robinson. Brereton Diaz. Breaks kindly for him second time round. And Sheffield United awarded a free kick. You could hear the cries of handball. And there it was. Kyle Joseph, whilst on the ground, patting the ball down with his hand. Harrison Burrows over this one for the Blades. Only partially away. McCallum was trying to get it under his spell. Hull managed to clear. It's with Michael Cooper, who will not be adding to his collection of clean sheets. 16 in all that he's got this season. A fantastic signing from Plymouth. And for Gustavo Harmer, a watching brief. Following the accumulation of yellow cards, it means he has to sit this one out and the next game too. O'Hare losing possession. Kamara. Joseph knocks it beyond Ahmed Hodzic. Alzate's on the scene. Gelhardt thunders it into Gilchrist. O'Hare gets a shove in the back from Alzate. Kyle Joseph keen to make an impression on his debut. He drifted beyond Ahmed Hodzic here. Peck with the ball out to Gilchrist. Tidied up by Alfie Jones. And the last touch is off Gilchrist. Kyle Joseph, as I recall, a few years back was of interest to Sheffield United. He was a Wigan player at the time. That whole move to bring him in this week from Blackpool. On a 3.5-year contract. He got 8 goals for Blackpool this season. And now plying his trade in the second tier. Alzate. Joseph. Gelhardt has scored a fabulous goal the other night in what was his 100th career appearance. Kamara. Callum can bring it down. Hefty touch from Drame. And a poor one from Harrison Burrows. It's his goal that is the difference so far in this Yorkshire derby. Matt Crooks striking on 6 minutes. And he's now caught offside. Did have a spell not too far from here. Matt Crooks, Rotherham United, before his move up to Middlesbrough. McCallum, making his 6th league start of the season for the Blades tonight. Jones. Now Gilchrist. O'Hare. Two Hull players to contend with, did well to get it in. And that's gone for a Blades corner. And there's no doubt that Callum O'Hare will be missing his good friend Gustavo Harmer. Of course, both were together at Coventry. And when those two are on it, they wreak havoc. Always on the same wavelength, those two. Burrows delivering. Pandor through the traffic. Well, he's not happy with the attention he was getting here, Ivor Pandor. Robinson just ensuring that he couldn't get the purchase on that he was looking for. Near post delivery this time. And it's Kamara who puts it away for another corner kick. With pace, glanced on. And Hull survive and now look to break. Gelhardt. Crooks. And there's Brooks to tidy things up. Brooks. Peck looking to open out the play. Burrows. Oh, it could come all the way through for Brereton Diaz. Excellent block from Dramé. It was missed completely by Finley Burns. Dramé putting himself in the line of fire there. There's the previous corner that was flicked on by Cannon, but look how many bodies are in that 6-yard box. It doesn't beat the first man, which was Abu Kamara. But Hull will be bracing themselves here for this Jack Robinson long throw. And it comes to Brooks, a swing and a miss. Burrows. Teased in this time. Ahmed Hodzic trying to get on the end of it, but couldn't. Well, it's been a while since his last goal in red and white. It was in a 5-1 defeat at Newcastle in the Premier League last April. Kamara. Dramé. Burns over the top. This is Kyle Joseph. Robinson in sharply on him. He's not exactly seeing eye to eye there with the fourth official, who is David Webb tonight. Ruben Sellers with plenty to say. As Brereton Diaz drives through towards goal. Well, he got away from him. Alfie Jones was with him. His mere presence was just enough. Alfie Jones reading the danger. Slater. And Joseph will struggle to keep that one in. Well, he's been backed by the new owners. I just wonder whether a new deal is in the offing for Chris Wilder. That was certainly on the list of priorities for the new ownership group. Little Dicky Bird tells me that it isn't too far away, that new contract for the Blades boss. Gilchrist. Really fizzed into Andre Brooks, who couldn't control it. Well, Brooks getting an extended run in the team at the moment, with Jezran Raksaki just coming back from injury. He is among the subs tonight, and so is Vinny Souza. He's been a big miss, one of Sheffield United's standout players this season. As the Blades come forward here, Cannon. Burrows attempting to cross. It is another Sheffield United corner, of which they've had many in this opening period. Usual suspects are in there. Bent over by Peck. Off the corner flag and out. Will be a Blades throw. Held in there once again by Robinson. Hacked away by Burns. Robinson pulled up for a foul. Well, he is on course for yet another promotion. Of course, in his first stint, he led the club from League One to the Premier League. And in that first season in the top flight, they were knocking on the door of the European spot, Sheffield United. Came back last season, Chris Wilder, but was unable to keep them up. Don't forget, they were hit with a 2-point deduction at the start of the season as well. Work to do here tonight. Followers of Leeds United in particular will be smiling at the side of this scoreline. Oh, bloodied the noses of Leeds United recently. Are they about to land a knockout blow here at Bramall Lane? Slater. Alzate. Crooks. Gelhardt, terrific skill. It's a good challenge from Brooks. Sidipek fouled. He's not interested in Gelhardt's apology. He's a fiery character, Sidipek. He'll square up to anyone. And Andrew Kitchen has to intervene just to calm things down. Well, he was late, Gelhardt. He was quick to try and apologise, but Sidipek wasn't interested in what he had to say. Cooper forced to kick it long, which is not what he wanted to do. Brereton Diaz turns it inside for O'Hare. And it's Dramé who emerges with the ball. Into the last 5 minutes of the opening half. That early goal from Matt Crooks is the one that splits them. Gilchrist on the move. And that is a terrible pass. Well, he's been a big miss. Ollie Arblaster, who got injured in the Steel City derby, ruled out for the rest of the campaign. Fabulous young player. And these days, an interested spectator, but he'd love to be out there. Well, there's Vinny Souza, another player who's sparkled this season. Hasn't played since Boxing Day, but back among the subs. I'm sure we'll see him before the night is out. He is the midfield enforcer. Burrows. Brereton Diaz. McCallum just ahead of him, but he's picked out O'Hare instead. Here is McCallum. Well, they've only trailed 3 times at half-time this season. Hull City are closing in on a half-time lead here. It's gone very quiet at Bramall Lane. Brooks. Murphy Jones stepping in, Brooks again. Peck. McCallum. Brereton Diaz. The Blades are going to have to try and find a way through all of that traffic, but credit to Hull, the way they are keeping them at arm's length. It's been impressive. Burrows. All working together, you can see it. Hull City, the way that they're moving around. And frustrating Sheffield United, which in turn is frustrating the locals. Robinson. Brereton Diaz. It's one for Cannon to chase, but he gave it up quickly. He knew he wasn't going to make it. Well, there's no shortage of firepower out there for the Blades, but so far in this first half, they have lacked that killer instinct in front of goal. Hull have managed to keep them pretty quiet so far. Blades' biggest threat really has come from corners. In open play, they've managed to carve out a great deal. Rare touch of the ball there for Tom Cannon, a quiet opening period for him. We're into just the one added minute at the end of this first half. Peck. I was asking a lot there of Alfie Gilchrist. Well, that is it. And listen to the crowd's reaction, but take nothing away from Hull City. Good value for their first half lead, given to them by Matt Crooks on his full debut. A quiet first half for Tom Cannon on his. And Sheffield United are yet to register a shot on target. Hull have scored with their only shot on target. Matt Crooks, it was some strike too, but a real hard-working performance here from the Tigers. Well, here at Bramall Lane, Sheffield United with it all to do. Hull City leading by a goal to nil. Matt Crooks with the strike on 6 minutes. Has been an excellent performance from them so far. Defensively solid, nice and compact. Everybody carrying out the plan to perfection thus far. I'm sure Chris Wilder had plenty to say to his team during that half-time interval. And for the second game in a row, looking for a big second half response. And the Blades will head towards the Kop in this second period. And off we go. No changes in personnel. So it's as you were. Here's Brooks. Gilchrist. He had his struggles in that first half. He's done well here, but he's shut down by Sean McLaughlin. Jazzaran Raksaki, Vinny Souza, Ryan Brewster. Just three of the Sheffield United substitutes who might be hopeful of getting a look in before the night is out. And there's Cannon. And again, plenty back for Hull to deal with it. And miscontrol by Brereton Diaz. The last three occasions that Sheffield United have been promoted from the Championship, they finished in second. Under Neil Warnock in 2006, Chris Wilder in 2019 and Paul Heckingbottom 2 years ago. And second is where they will stay if it remains like this. They need a win to go back above Leeds at the top of the Championship. McCallum. O'Hare looking to wriggle away from Dramé. And yet again, that Jack Robinson long throw will be in full effect here. Helped on by O'Hare. Only partially out by Crooks. Cannon. And smashed away. It's been a terrific defensive display from his team. They will no doubt be fearing a backlash in this second half. Peck. Brereton Diaz followed closely by Dramé. Good challenge. He's left a bit on Brereton Diaz there. Ahmed Hodzic. Robinson. Flick round the corner from Brereton Diaz. McCallum's cross. McCallum again. Well, it's a positive start to the second period from those in red and white. Good move, this. McCallum's strike and Alfie Jones diverts it behind. Peck's corner. Cleared by Kamara. Peck again. Well, now the whistle's gone. Well, for all the corners that they've had, you can't help but feel that Sheffield United simply haven't made the most of those situations. Another corner from Peck that failed to beat the first man. Burns seeking out McLaughlin. Sheffield United have it back again. And the frustration among the home support is growing by the minute. Blades did come into this unbeaten in their last 7 league fixtures with Hull, winning the last 3 without conceding a goal. Work to do here if they are to maintain that record. Burton Diaz tussling there with Finley Burns rather. Here's McCallum. Peck. Ahmed Hodzic. Gilchrist. Peck delivering. O'Hare on the end of it. Oh! Tipped over by Pandor. It's 3 headers at goal that Callum O'Hare has had in this game now. One of the smallest men on the field. That certainly had Pandor worried. Can Peck provide better quality this time? It is better. Robinson attacked it but missed it. The final touch was a Hull one. It went off McLaughlin. It could be testing. Ahmed Hodzic, Brereton Diaz. Pull back here for Gilchrist. Burrows. Robinson goes to ground under Gelhardt's challenge. Plenty up there for Burrows to aim for. But it eludes everyone. Elliot Matazzo looks as though he's ready to make an entrance here. And he's not going to be the only change by the looks of it. Ruben Selles getting ready to shuffle the pack. Crooks. Lost it to Sidney Peck. It's Cannon here doing the chasing. Jones. Gelhardt picking up the bits. He's in a tight spot and was threatening to get out of it until he was impeded. And And Ryan Brewster and Tyrese Campbell are getting ready for Sheffield United. But first of all, it is Hull City to make their changes. Matty Jacob and Elliot Matazzo are coming on. So on comes Matty Jacob. Finley Burns withdrawn. And the goal scorer, Matt Crooks, departs. Ruben Sellers did say pre-game that he was hopeful of getting an hour or so out of Matt Crooks. Well, he's fallen just shy of that. And Elliot Matazzo, who completed his move from Monaco earlier, is now on for his debut. And here come the Sheffield United changes. Ben Brereton Diaz, who's going off. Ryan Brewster is coming on. His goal started the comeback at Swansea, his old club, in midweek. Tyrese Campbell is coming on, as is Vinny Souza, and listen to the reception that he gets. He has been a big, big miss for Sheffield United. And Tyrese Campbell is also coming on. Andre Brooks departs. Tyrese Campbell, who himself has only recently returned from injury. But he felt changes were required, and boys, he made them. Some minded changes there. Harrison Burrows is now, by the looks of it, dropped into a more familiar position of left back. Vinny Souza dropping into that midfield area alongside Sidney Peck. Flicked on here, great chance. The whistle has gone. Tyrese Campbell thought he'd scored with his first touch. And the whistle had long since gone by the time the ball landed in the net. Oh, I'm not entirely convinced by that. That was extremely tight. It's the kind of reaction that Chris Wilder was hoping for. Tyrese Campbell denied a 7th goal of the season. Just have a look at this again here. Is it Brewster that's just off there? Either way, very, very tight. Well, I think it's safe to assume that Chris Wilder did not think that was offside. So a scare for Hull, but their lead remains intact. Matazzo, who has played in the Champions League this season, incidentally, with Monaco. All 6 of Tyrese Campbell's goals all came in a spell of 8 matches. He put himself into Sheffield United folklore with the winning goal in the Steel City derby here earlier in the season. Souza fouled. Missed that presence in midfield, no doubt about that. O'Hare sweeping it wide for Gilchrist. Cannon. Gilchrist puts it in there. Cannon again, and maybe this is where the onslaught begins. Hull have dealt with everything that Sheffield United have thrown at them thus far, but they are now being tested severely. And it goes again. O'Hare keeping it alive in there. Alzate not convincing with his clearance. It's a right old mess in the box. And it's popped out here to Gilchrist. Brewster rising. Campbell. Souza. Brewster again with pace. Seen away by Regan Slater. But all the play at the moment is occurring in the Hull City half of the pitch. There's a late challenge there as it was played wide, and the referee has spotted it and will bring it back for a Blades free kick. Harrison Burrows fouled as he played it out wide. An hour gone. Blades 0, Tigers 1. Hull looking to climb out of the relegation zone with a win. Sheffield United looking to go top with a win. Bit more zip about Sheffield United's play now in this second half. Souza. Lovely turn. And a good ball out to Gilchrist. O'Hare wanted it and receives it. O'Hare sold the pass short to Gilchrist. Hull smuggled the ball out for a throw. João Pedro about to come on for Hull City. Five goals for the Brazilian this season, as Robinson hurls it in there. Burrows. Alzate blocked it. Teased in by Robinson. Wasn't exactly where he wanted it to go. It really is all hands on deck now from a Hull City perspective. Little flick inside though from O'Hare. Anywhere will do from Kyle Joseph. But the crowd here beginning to respond and beginning to turn up the volume. Alzate. Kamara giving chase, and he might get on the end of it too. Burrows not looking entirely comfortable with that. Does feel like Hull City's levels have dropped somewhat in this second half, and Sheffield United's levels have risen. Matazzo. Alzate. It's a good ball. No flag on Gelhardt. Scooped in there. Robinson got a head on it. Kept alive by Kamara. Put back in by Dramé, and poked in! It's a second goal for Hull City. It's Matty Jacob. For all of Sheffield United's pressure, they haven't been able to capitalise. And on a rare break forward, Matty Jacob doubles Hull City's lead. No one expected this. Sheffield United 0, Hull City 2. Levered forward by Alzate. Sheffield United's defenders hoping for a flag that never arrived. It's a poor header away from Robinson. And when Dramé puts it back in there, it's Jacob who's stuck out a boot to steer it beyond Michael Cooper. Hull City on course for a massive win at Bramall Lane, and one that would drag them out of the bottom three. Matty Jacob on from the bench, his first league goal for the Tigers, who double their advantage. Jezran Raksaki, back from injury, is on. João Pedro is on for Hull. Wow. Blades in a big hole now. Gelhardt. There's confirmation of the change. Raksaki for Gilchrist. And Kyle Joseph was the one who was withdrawn for João Pedro. Clear foul that by Regan Slater, pulling the shirt of Jezran Raksaki. Carded for it too, Regan Slater, who was born just 10 minutes up the road from here in the Gleadless area of Sheffield. And Sheffield United not used to being in this position. Sidney Peck. Peck drives it in straight at Ivor Pandor. Well, he has thrown every available forward option that he has onto the field of play now. Two up top now, Campbell and Cannon, but nothing can dampen the enthusiasm in that away end right now. Who must have been fearing the worst coming here with Sheffield United's formidable home record in particular. But here they are, 2 goals clear against the high-flying Sheffield United. Well, the plan has worked a treat. They've had to suffer in this second half. Sheffield United have really poured it on. They managed to ride out the storm. They're now in a real position of strength. Peck has run that one out of fancy. No, on it goes. Alzate. Slater. Matazzo. Gelhardt looking to get clear of Vinny Souza. There's Jacob into Slater. It's Regan Slater, who'd love a goal here. Him more than most. Having started his career at Bramall Lane, he would surely love to score against them. Routine stuff, though, for Michael Cooper. Well, fans of Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland will be licking their lips when they see this scoreline. Robinson. Ahmed Hodzic. Now we really will see what Sheffield United are made of. Robinson with the angled ball out wide. Cut out by Drame. Collected by O'Hare. Brewster. City Peck. Again, it's another disappointing cross. There's been so much of that throughout this game. From those wide areas, that final ball just hasn't really been there. Remember, this Sheffield United team came into this with the second best defensive record in the Championship, just 18 conceded. Hull had only scored 27 goals, only 3 clubs had scored fewer than that. The Championship has a habit of making a mockery of these statistics. As Kamara finds a gap, João Pedro couldn't flick it where he wanted it to go. Well, Kamara felt he was being fouled by Burrows. He got a case as well for that, but play went on. Couldn't quite find João Pedro. Alzate. He's fouled. This would be their best win of the season. Of that, there's no question. As the rain pours down in the Steel City. Alzate delivering. And a down from McLaughlin, gathered by Cooper. Helped on by O'Hare. Raksaki was coming back from an offside position. Hacked forward by Souza. Cannon up there challenging. Raksaki. O'Hare! Do you ever get the feeling that sometimes it's just one of those nights? It's beginning to look that way for those in red and white, isn't it? More changes coming. Mason Burstow, you can see there, getting some instructions prior to making his entrance. Gelhardt. João Pedro. Seen off by Ahmed Hodzic. Well, this performance has certainly shown us that Hull City have got the stomach for the fight at the wrong end of the table. This would give them enormous confidence going forward from here. Gelhardt. Kamara. Slater spinning it wide now for Drame. He slams it into Callum O'Hare. Well, Regan Slater departs, and it looks as though it is going to be a happy return to his old club. So he is withdrawn, and as things stand, Hull have climbed up to 18th in the table. Joe Gelhardt also going off. Gustavo Puerta and Mason Burstow ready to join the action here. Some positive words from Ruben Selles there to Regan Slater. Mason Burstow, a summer signing from Chelsea, is now with us, as is the Colombian on loan from Bayer Leverkusen, Gustavo Poeta. João Pedro. Burstow. Poeta lost sight of it. This is Vini Souza. And that will be a goal kick. Well, his team have 15 minutes to try and rescue this. Harrison Burrows leading the charge. Well, that tells you everything. 8 shots for Hull, 5 on target. 11 shots for Sheffield United, just the 1 on target. Despite all that possession as well. They've barely troubled Ivor Pandor in the Hull City goal. He's had a couple of nervous moments where he's had to get his fingers on something to tip it over the bar, but from open play, Sheffield United have created very little. Now Robinson has stumbled over. Here is Kamara. Options in the middle. Back it comes to Drame. Poeta. Just trying to thread it through there for Kamara. Those two not quite on the same page. Cannon tussling with Jones. Which way's it gone? Well, it's gone in Hull City's favour. Could be awkward for Robinson again. Burstow challenging. Recovered here by Ahmed Hodzic, who was caught late by Kamara. It was interesting recently, he was forced to apologise, Abu Kamara, for posting emojis on Portsmouth's social media account following their New Year's Day win over Swansea. The timing of it upset Ruben Selles. Kamara then went and scored twice in the 3-3 draw at home to Leeds. There's the goal that was chalked off for offside that I'm sure will cause a lot of debate in the aftermath as Sheffield United come forward with Raksaki, and that just about sums up their evening. He's ballooned it into the Kop. Just feels as if it's not going to happen for Sheffield United tonight, and it's felt that way for quite some time now. Burstow. Fouled by Robinson. Frustration, very much the word from a Sheffield United perspective. Elation is very much the word for those of a Hull City persuasion. Hordes of Hull fans behind that goal of Michael Cooper. Puerta over this set piece. It's straight down the middle, and João Pedro threw a leg at it. Kamara sliding in on Burrows. 10 minutes to go at Bramall Lane. Hull City on course for a famous win here. Alzate, Puerta. And now Sousa's gone down. There's a card coming out here for Matty Jacob. Missed-time challenge. And that is a sight that no Sheffield United fan wants to see. Vinny Sousa down in pain. And he certainly got the ball, but he got a piece of the Brazilian in the process. Not in a good way at the moment, Vinny Sousa. Raksaki gets the better of Puerta and runs into trouble. Did well to keep it going. Peck. And again, that whole rear guard does its job. Robinson. Raksaki. Ahmed Hodzic. Rolled into Tyrese Campbell. No foul there. Terrific challenge from City Peck. Sousa. Moving freely enough now. It'll break here for Tyrese Campbell. He needs to finish this. Oh. What a piece of defending from McLaughlin. This typifies Hull defensively tonight. Look at the desire from McLaughlin to get across, to get something on the shot. Brilliant defending. Burrows with the corner. Drops here kindly, and again Hull with bodies around the ball. Tyrese Campbell left frustrated, even more so now, having seen the side of that flag in the air. Well, everything seems to be going Hull City's way. But even there, Cody Dramé shutting down that effort from Tyrese Campbell. And here's the goal again. A slight suspicion of offside there against Matty Jacob. And again, I dare say that will be brought up in the aftermath of this. Here come Hull again. Kamara looking to put the seal on this, potentially. He's forced away from goal by O'Hare. Alzate. He's coming down in buckets now. Storm Iowin has arrived in Sheffield. Raksaki. João Pedro over the top. It's Burstow, has to be offside, and is. McLaughlin. Well, Sunderland have the chance to close the gap this weekend on Sheffield United. Sunderland in fourth, and of course that summit meeting at Turf Moor on Monday night when Burnley host Leeds United, the current leaders of the Championship. It is a four-horse race, seemingly, for those top two positions. City Peck's free kick. Again, Hull holding firm. Vinny Souza. Burrows to strike it. It's way off. Well, he won't use it as an excuse, but I know for a fact that he's particularly irate at the fixture schedule. Chris Wilder, long trip down to Swansea in the week, getting back in the small hours of Wednesday and then back in action less than 48 hours later here against Hull. It's not the first time it's happened this season. João Pedro skipping through, Kamara waiting for a tap-in, didn't need to, it's an own goal I think of Harrison Burrows, and that does it for Hull, who are climbing out to the bottom three with a famous victory at Bramall Lane. This incredible division throws up another surprise. An astonishing scoreline of Sheffield United 0, Hull City 3. João Pedro playing a huge part in this. He bulldozed his way through. It goes off Burrows, off the post and in. The ball had already crossed by the time Kamara looked to finish the job. Either way, those Hull City fans singing in the rain. And that seals a third successive away win for Hull City, and a priceless one at that. It is, at times, impossible to predict this division when it throws up scenarios like this. Sheffield United beaten only once all season at Bramall Lane. Hull City have come here and have executed their plan to perfection. A massive boost to their prospects of survival. But what it also does is open the door for Sheffield United's nearest challengers. Here's Raksaki, gathered by Campbell. Brewster. Yet again, that whole City back line coming to the rescue. There was a flag anyway, but it underlines how good they've been at the back. Every single player out there in a Hull City shirt has played their part. They've left everything out on the field of play. No wonder that lot is jubilant. It'll be their first win here in over a decade. We're playing a minimum of 5 added-on minutes. Burrows. Puerta. Alzate. It'll be Hull City's 7th win of the championship campaign, 5 of those coming on their travels. If they can just get their home form sorted out, they'd be fine, but that's the issue. The real problem for them is their inability to perform on home soil. And they'll be back at home next against Stoke City. That's the next one on the fixture list for them. For Sheffield United, they have an away trip, a short journey down to Derby before Portsmouth come here. Brewster. There's Cannon. Frustrating night for him, no doubt. He's barely had any service all night. Well, he did say that they were coming here to have a go. A lot of managers say it, but in reality, it doesn't always happen. They've got their reward for what has been a real team effort. From back to front, they've been excellent. Robinson just shifting that one away from Abu Kamara. The flag was up. Souza. Misplaced pass from him. Jacobs there to turn it away. Burstow. His manager will be pleased with that. He's carried it into Sheffield United territory. Ruben Sellers highlighted a problem in both boxes against Queen's Park Rangers on Tuesday after that loss, but in both boxes tonight they've been terrific. It'd be nigh on impossible to pick a man of the match, but that back line deserves its fair share of the plaudits. They have defended resolutely, stoutly, diligently. And that's given Hull City a real platform in this game. The early goal helps, of course, gave them something to hold on to. But a fine example of discipline and organisation on show here tonight. And also that ability to take your chance when it comes. Raksaki. Sheffield United chasing a consolation, and they're unlikely to get it, and they will not get it, because the night belongs to Hull City, who have thrown up a real surprise at Bramall Lane. A massive shot in the arm for them and their survival prospects, but a real tonic for Sheffield United's big rivals for automatic promotion. Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland will be thrilled at the sight of this scoreline. A setback for the Blades in their quest to reclaim top spot. They end the night still in second position. An early strike from Matt Crooks got the ball rolling on his full debut. Matty Jacob on from the bench to make it 2. And then an own goal from Harrison Burrows put more gloss on the scoreline, as Sheffield United are defeated here for only the second time this season. 3 straight away wins now for Hull City. If they can just get their act together at home, they should be fine this season. But this, without doubt, is their best win of the season. Ruben Selles came up with a plan, asked his players to execute it, and they did so perfectly. As it ends at Bramall Lane, Sheffield United 0, Hull City 3.